We wanted to get out of the house, get rid of some of the holiday food.
Thousands of shoppers leave the turkey dinners behind and hit the malls and shopping centers for bargains. An unusual sight at the White House today when a man jumped the fence. And we'll take you to one Lexington farm that's in the business of helping you find the perfect Christmas tree for your home.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening to you. Shoppers tell us it is worth the wait. Tonight they lined up outside stores and malls all over central Kentucky for holiday deals. Thanksgiving night has become a big night for shopping in recent years. And in Lexington, many people will be hunting for bargains all night long. Monique Blair joins us now live from a very busy Fayette Mall with our top story at 11. Monique?
Hi, Amber, and happy Thanksgiving. You know, people have really been out and about all day today, many of them waiting in line for their favorite stores to open. Many stores here at the Fayette Mall opened at 6 o'clock tonight, and I can tell you ever since those doors opened, this mall has been packed with thousands of people.
I have a PlayStation 4 bundle.
Just to get early sales.
Powerwell Escalade. I have the Barbie or the black one.
A lot of Macy's deals. We're on our way to Victoria's Secret.
iPod Gold 16 GB touch.
Shoes probably more than anything.
All right, let's have a rockin' day.
Whatever the reason was,
the Duplo box she wants.
The shoppers were out Thanksgiving evening.
We wanted to get out of the house, get rid of some of the holiday food, go for a walk. So we decided to get out and do some early shopping.
One thing was certain.
I've spent maybe close to $300, but I've got quite a bit of things, Christmas gifts.
The bargain hunters were taking full advantage of all the deals.
We've been out to the car already. We took our pennies bags out to the car, so we'd come back in.
Many shoppers telling me going out on Thanksgiving night has become a tradition. Many even making changes to their typical Thanksgiving celebrations.
We actually did Thanksgiving dinner last night just to come shopping today.
So why not shop online?
Because I want the personal touch. I want to be able to look at it.
In the meantime, shoppers aren't forgetting what they're thankful for.
I am thankful for my whole family and you.
Now, many stores here at the mall will close tonight at midnight and then reopen again at 6 o'clock in the morning, with the exception of a few that will actually stay open all throughout the night. I'm reporting live in Lexington. Monique Blair, WKYT.
Monique, thank you. And for a full list of opening times for stores across the Bluegrass, just go to our website, WKYT.com. Analysts expect at least 136 million Americans to go shopping over the long holiday weekend. Many stores opened earlier this year. Meijer and Kmart, for example, opened at 6 this morning. But many shoppers say the deals are worth getting up early or staying up late. For the National Retail Federation, they estimate that the average American shopper will spend more than $800 this holiday season. That is more than a 3% increase from last year. We had some great weather on this Thanksgiving Day, but it looks like we'll be heading into a very wet pattern. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look now at your forecast. How about it, Chris?
Yeah, hi, Amber. Once we get into that weekend, especially as advertised, looking a little on the soggy side Saturday and Sunday, but it looks like, though, we're going to get through most of our Black Friday with dry weather yet again across the area. So a little bonus there. Temperatures today certainly on the bonus side into the 60s, only dropping into the low and mid 50s most areas. A couple of pockets of some 40s showing up into parts of south central Kentucky. Holiday shoppers, Hamburg Pavilion right now run over with traffic, as you can imagine. Thankfully, we have nothing coming from the skies. Weather is not impacting the travel, the shopping, nada. A year ago at this time, we had some snowflakes and temperatures in the 20s. Your Defender radar network with that big area of precipitation to our west. Check out that cold front. It's snowing. It's icing on the backside of that. Out ahead of it, though, looks like the rain is going to hold off around here until we go into Friday night. But that moisture you see all the way back into the Lone Star State of Texas has its eyes on the Bluegrass State as we go through not only the weekend, but into early next week. It's going to turn very, very soggy. Amber, I'll come back in a few minutes and have a new hour-by-hour forecast that'll time the rains into town in just a few minutes.
All right, we will see you then, Chris. Thank you. Tonight we are checking into reports of loud explosions heard in parts of central Kentucky. Boyle County dispatchers tell us they received many calls from people who heard an explosion and felt the earth shake. But they say the reports have been too broad and police haven't been able to find the source of an explosion or any damage. Dispatchers in Mercer County say they received similar reports as well, but they couldn't find the source either. No earthquakes have been reported in central Kentucky tonight. The White House was on lockdown for several hours on this Thanksgiving Day while President Obama and his family celebrated inside. The Secret Service says a man named Joseph Caputo jumped the White House fence and was taken into custody. Chris Van Cleve has the story new at 11.
A photographer captured the moment Caputo, wearing gloves draped in an American flag, hopped the fortified White House fence holding a binder in his mouth before throwing his arms in the air seemingly in celebration. The woman who took these photos tweeted, "I heard him take a deep breath and whisper, 'All right, let's do this,' and went for it." The intruder dropped to his knees with his hands in the air as the Secret Service rushed to arrest him. His flag was put into an evidence bag while a bomb squad searched the White House lawn. The fact the intruder made it over the fence raises questions about the security upgrades put in place over the summer. In July, new spikes were installed on the White House fence to make it harder to climb. The Secret Service called that a temporary security measure until a long-term solution could be implemented. This jumper follows a series of embarrassing incidents for the Secret Service, including a security breach where a fence jumper was able to get inside the White House, made it all the way to the East Room. He was one of 3 men to jump the fence last year. Police tell us criminal charges are pending against Joseph Caputo, but at this point we have no idea why he climbed the fence or what was in that binder. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Washington.
Investigators say Caputo was not armed. Many volunteers spent this Thanksgiving Day helping those less fortunate across the Bluegrass. The Salvation Army served around 700 meals during its annual Thanksgiving dinner in Lexington today. One volunteer told us she and her 3 children have served meals at the dinner for 6 years because they want to help.
It's just a great opportunity for me as a parent to instill that into my children.
The Salvation Army also delivered meals to about 100 people in Lexington this morning before the main dinner was served. Volunteers from several churches teamed up today to feed those less fortunate in Wolfe County. They prepared more than 200 meals inside Wolfe County Middle School, complete with turkey, sides, and desserts. Volunteers say they just want to share the spirit of the season.
Around the holidays, there's so much outreach, but very little that goes on these holidays, on the actual day of Thanksgiving. We couldn't imagine waking up in the morning and not having somewhere to go or family to be with, a big Thanksgiving meal to eat.
Many of the meals prepared at the school were boxed up and delivered to people around Wolfe County. This was the 5th year for the community Thanksgiving there. Organizers say they plan to keep it going for many years to come. Now that Thanksgiving is coming to an end, many people are turning their attention to Christmas. While some will spend this weekend hunting for the perfect gifts, others will be looking for the perfect Christmas tree for their home. And one Lexington tree farm spends the entire year preparing for the holidays. Mark Barber gives us an inside look.
It's a lot of anticipation every year, a lot of work getting up to this point.
It takes a lot to get about 900 Christmas trees ready for your living room.
Well, this particular tree, it's a Douglas fir. It's probably 8 foot tall at this point, and it's probably taken about 9 years to get to that point.
At Barker's Tree Farm on Deer Haven Lane, Dave Barker is checking his Christmas trees, making sure they're ready to go. Starting at 9 tomorrow morning, you can cut one down or pick one up. But first, you have to wade through the sea of green and find your tree.
At our farm, we have Canaan fir, Norway spruce, white pine, Scotch pine, and a few Douglas fir.
They also have a few pictures at the tree farm.
We'll take a picture with everybody that wants to, that buys a tree, and next year they'll come back and pick the picture up off the wall. And the kids seem to really enjoy it. A lot of them run in here and can't wait to get the picture. That's one of the things they really remember.
There are a lot of memories on these walls, and tomorrow they will start adding a lot more.
Christmas trees is what we do.
These trees start at $33. The bigger the tree, the bigger the price tag. But Barker knows you can't really put a price tag on something as special as this. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Barker's Tree Farm is a family business. Workers there planted their first trees in 1995. They were new tonight. Nearly a dozen dogs seized during a police raid at a Danville home will be heading to animal rescue organizations. According to the Advocate Messenger, 10 Presa Casarios that once belonged to Chris Pope will be spayed or neutered and taken to a dog rescue agency in Kansas. A husky rescued during the raid will be taken to Cincinnati as part of his guilty plea for charges of failing to keep the dogs in humane conditions. Pope agreed to give them up. The dogs had been at an animal shelter since the raid in July. Pope still faces charges in Lincoln County related to a dog attack that injured a woman over the summer. Police in Richmond have made another dent in the Detroit drug pipeline. Members of the Madison County Drug Task Force arrested 21-year-old Lamar McGuffey Jr. of Detroit last night in the back lot of the Days Inn in Richmond. Police say they found 63 grams of heroin, drug paraphernalia, and $700 cash on McGuffey. He's charged with trafficking heroin. Lexington police are looking for those responsible for firing shots into an SUV. It happened around 3 this afternoon on a stair court near Hollow Creek Road. Police say 2 people were inside the SUV, but they weren't injured. The shots came through a back window. Police think someone in a red truck or SUV fired the shots. So far, police have not made any arrests. New tonight, a strange sight in Arkansas. Police say a car went off a road and landed on the roof of a business. Take a look. Police in Benton say they received a report of a reckless car driving at a high speed. A short time later, they say the driver lost control and the car went off the road and landed on the roof of a shoe store. The driver was taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries, but he was later arrested for drug charges and criminal mischief. Police brought in a crane to get that car off the roof. New tonight, a California farm is recalling a vegetable mix that's believed to be the source of E. coli in Costco chicken salad. The outbreak has sickened 19 people in 7 states. The Food and Drug Administration says Taylor Farms Pacific is recalling a mix of celery and onion. Costco says it uses one supplier for those vegetables in chicken salad sold in all of its U.S. stores. Costco has removed the chicken salad from its store shelves. For some people in Louisville, Thanksgiving meant spending a day at the track. More than 10,000 people celebrated the holiday at Churchill Downs today. The track served 7,000 turkey meals. It's been a Churchill Downs Thanksgiving tradition since 1969. A track spokesperson said the crowds were much larger than last Thanksgiving.
I remember a year ago we had some frozen racetracks we had to deal with. I'll take the sun shining on our old Kentucky home and temperatures nearing 70 degrees any day of the week, especially on Thanksgiving Day. It's been made for a great day.
Well, the fall meet at Churchill Downs ends on Sunday. Well, if you have any leftover grease from your Thanksgiving turkey, here's a way that you can get rid of it. You can take it to the Gobble Grease Toss at the Sayers School tomorrow. The City of Lexington, Sayers School, and UK are teaming up for it. Between 10 and 2 tomorrow, you can bring used cooking oil or grease in a sealed container to Sayre. Students will use the oil to convert it into biofuel as part of a study. So there you go.